This is 7 National News, and in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Zayed Al Maktoum, the chairman of the Dubai Supreme Council of Energy and of the Dubai Expo 2020 Higher Committee, unveiled the Green Economy Status Report 2016 at the UAE Pavilion Expo Milan 2015. His Excellency Mata Al Taya, the chairman of the board and executive director of the Roads and Transport Authority, stated at the event that the State of Energy report supports the Green Economy for Sustainable Development initiative that was launched by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, and the UAE Vision 2021. It establishes a collaborative platform to enable a knowledge economy to spur growth of a green economy and sustainable development. Different groups related to a green economy participated in preparing the report, which focuses on public-private partnerships. It also highlights the latest research and innovation from United Nations organisations and includes articles authored by national and international experts in green economy. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Foreign Minister and Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Emirates Diplomatic Academy, has called for more diplomats to be trained with knowledge and experience that will help them work in a rapidly changing world. The Foreign Minister was quoted as saying that Emirati missions play a significant role in communicating the UAE's values, adding that the Emirates Diplomatic Academy serves as a key pillar in developing the country's future diplomatic corps and foreign policy thought leadership. He stated that the EDA's mission is to build the capabilities that support the objectives of the UAE's foreign policy with training, research and intellectual leadership that sends the message of peace and cooperation through the UAE's distinguished relations with the rest of the world. He added that the UAE's balanced foreign policy is guided by the principles of mutual respect and cooperation with other nations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has launched an advertising campaign to raise awareness for Emiratis on the new travel rules for the Schengen area. It's been reported that an announcement will be made later this month, confirming that Emiratis no longer need visas for the Schengen area in advance. This comes more than a year after the European Parliament voted to allow visa-free travel to Europe for UAE citizens. The ministry is also advising UAE nationals to read the travel advice page on its website, including information on how long they are permitted to stay in an area or country. Emirati travellers are also advised to register with the ministry's My Whereabouts service in case of emergencies abroad. From the 4th of May, every petrol pump across Emirates National Oil Company stations, including Eppco in Dubai, will offer a 24/7 full-service facility. ENOC and Eppco staff will be on hand to serve customers at all times. As previously, a self-service facility was available between midnight and 6 a.m. Saif Al-Falassi, the group's CEO of ENOC, was quoted as saying that they are committed to further enhance the standards of excellence across all of their operations, in line with Dubai government's vision towards customer satisfaction. The Traffic and Patrols Directorate at the Abu Dhabi Police issued over 11,000 traffic fines in the first quarter of the year for vehicles technically unfit for road use. The technical faults include worn-out tyres, gas emissions that exceed specified standards, and using broken indicators or lights, among others. Colonel Mohammed Ahmed Saif Al-Mazri, the Chief of Peripheral Regions Traffic Section at the Traffic and Patrols Directorate, urged drivers to ensure the validity and good condition of their vehicles, including tyres, rear and side view mirrors, as well as the brakes, among others. He also encouraged drivers to keep basic safety items in their vehicles, including a spare tyre, a toolkit and first aid kit. And over in Sharjah, the Road and Transport Authority reopened the Khalid Lagoon Corniche road parallel to the Majaz 1 area at 9 a.m. today. The opening is 8 days earlier than scheduled, and the roadworks are a part of the 5th stage of the Corniche Road development works, starting from the Central Market Square to the Holiday Inn Hotel. Suleiman Abdul Rahman Al-Hajiri, the director of the Authority for Road Affairs, was quoted as saying that the road was partially blocked for only 7 days instead of the 15 that were planned. Over half of all UAE working residents provide regular financial support to their spouse. That's according to a new report. The findings from HSBC show that around 22% also give money to at least one child aged 16 or over, and 6% financially support their grandchildren. Additionally, nearly 92% of pre-retirees in the country say they provide regular financial support to at least one other person, which is among the highest in the world, passing the global average of 73%. The findings also show that these ongoing financial payments are contributing to a decline in inheritance, as workers cannot save for their retirement due to support payment throughout their lifetime. And finally, looking to other news now, one of the most important historical buildings in Sharjah is once again open to the public after undergoing extensive restoration and renovation work. Hisn, also known as Sharjah Fort, was built in 1823 by His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Saka I and was the seat of the government of Sharjah, as well as the original residence of the Al-Qasimi ruling family. The restoration of one of Sharjah's most significant heritage sites coincides with the Emirates' year as the capital of Arab tourism and is considered the jewel in the crown of Sharjah's tourist attractions. After narrowly escaping destruction in 1969, Hisn was painstakingly restored between 1995 to 1997, using historical documents, photographs and drawings, as well as oral histories from some of Sharjah's oldest residents. A conservation team then worked tirelessly for 15 months to restore its original appearance to accurately portray the fort's distinctive architectural features, including its windscoops, columns and crenulations.
What we had been asked to is to restore it as it is, incorporating a few changes, as in what is required for a museum, for a modern museum, I would say, like the toilets in the service rooms and the mother's room, etc. But other than that, we have researched into how the building was originally, what materials were used, and what techniques, construction techniques were used originally. So we have tried our level best to restore it to what it was. These buildings remind people of what life was before oil. Or how people lived and what kind of buildings existed, because I think after the 50s or probably the 70s, the total face of the city changed and people forgot how they lived and what kind of buildings they lived in. So I think it's really important for the new generation to see how their forefathers lived and what kind of life they had before.
In addition to the extensive architectural restoration work undertaken, Sharjah Fort also contains a number of iconic collections on display that present the history of the fort, as well as interactive exhibits and recreations that, according to the curator of Sharjah Fort, will give visitors a unique feel for what life was like in Sharjah's not-so-distant past.
Hisn as a building is one of the most important buildings in Sharjah, and maybe it's the main historic building. The importance of the building comes from being the residence of the royal family, Al-Qawasim, the headquarters of the Sharjah government, and it was the place for justice and defense. The process for getting Hisn ready to open back to public was a very long process that actually took 15 months of restoration, done with accordance of Sharjah Heritage Institute. And in fact, we had 5 years of continuous and deep research to bring on the content live to visitors according to the museum standards. So in each gallery, you will find a depth of information, which we mixed it with stories and oral histories to add value to the visitor. Main highlights a visitor can see is how daily life was inside this fort and how it was also used for government purposes, where the ruler used to sit and meet and greet the people and consult them, where he would meet VIPs, how daily life sustainment was in Al-Hisn through the Midbasa, which is the date molasses room, Al-Kharija, which is the well, recreation of the Sheikh's bedroom with a very prestigious and original bed. Visitors can also see some of the rare objects which they can only find in Al-Hisn, including the passport of Sheikh Sultan bin Sagar II. Sheikh Sultan bin Sagar II is actually the uncle of the current ruler of Sharjah, His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Qasimi. The story of Sharjah, the story of its people, the development of Sharjah through times is also highlighted in Al-Hisn.